Mike, good to have you here.
Hey, how you doing? Thanks
Good,
for
good,
having me.
good. So it's let's see, you're probably the third person now from our key executive group that I've interviewed. So I appreciate you taking some time today.
No problem.
Yeah.
Appreciate you having me.
Yeah. So let me just the context for those listening to the video. So this is Mike Costa. Mike is one of the founding members of our key executive group, which we launched in January. And so 6 of the 8 members of our group have CEOs who are in one of my chief executive groups, and 2 of our members have CEOs who are in other Vistage groups. So it's good to have them with us as well. And it's a growing group. It's a fun group. And Mike, I'd like to just start off with asking you to, tell us a little bit about yourself and a little bit about HBS.
Um, well, my name is Michael Costa. I've been with HBS for actually hitting a year next month, so still kind of new to what we're doing. We are a energy consulting company, so
Yeah.
we do retrofitting, retro commissioning. Sorry, building tune-ups, HVAC work, lighting, EV chargers. Um, all kinds of things as far as making commercial buildings more energy efficient. So we come in and look at the buildings, see how they're working currently, check their bills, check everything that they do. Like I said, commissioning the location pretty much, and then find ways to save them energy with using equipment and using the services that they already have. And we work with the utility companies, which help the client pay for these services.
Yeah. No, that's, yeah. I've always smiled at your business model where you go to a customer and say, we can help you save money on your monthly energy bill. Oh, great. How much will that cost me? Well, nothing, since the energy companies pay for this, which is a win-win-win. So it's a really great business model that you guys have.
Right.
So Harry has been with us, oh gosh, over a year now, quite maybe 18 months even. And I know he approached you back in the fall about joining this key executive group, which is a group of direct reports to the CEO. And I was wondering, from your perspective, what are the 2 or 3 key things you'd like to see that you get out of joining this group? What do you want to get out of the key group?
One of the bigger things, and I've already seen it, is just um, the other group members and the way they see the things that are going on in my company,
Yep.
and just seeing it from their standpoint. Um, a lot of the conversations we've had just in the two classes or 2 meetings we've had so far is a lot of people are having the same issues that we, in each company,
Yeah.
and we definitely can feed off each other and get ideas and ways to handle those certain situations from a different person's perspective, not in your business, but same. We're living the same book, with just however you want to say it. Uh, Same story, just different book, I guess. I don't know. That makes
Yeah.
sense, but
Yeah.
yeah, just bouncing ideas off each other and just learning the ways different people would do it, and not just different companies, but different cultures, different type of people, where how they came up through the businesses, where they grew from. Not everybody took the same path to get where they are right now, and it's just interesting to see how the ways they did things in the past they took got them to where they are.
Yeah, no, absolutely. And the other nice thing, not only people are in different companies, non-competing group, but you're each in different functional areas. And
Right.
so, we've got one regional director who's trying to build out a water treatment and engineering firm. We've got a client services executive. We have a business development executive. We have a finance executive. And then we've got two people who are basically general managers. They have their own P&L for a holding company. They're the GM for their respective companies, and you're in an operations role,
Yes.
And so tell us a little bit about the responsibilities you have inside of HBS and what you see yourself bringing to this group, the kind of issues you see coming up over time.
Well, as a director of operations, it pretty much says it all right there. Like I'm responsible for the operations of the company. We're growing, we're expanding. For the most part, we're in the Maryland, DC, Virginia area, but we have expanded as up to New Jersey, Pennsylvania. Just started in upstate New York, down south to we have work in North Carolina, South Carolina, a lot in Georgia. So we are all up and down the East Coast. So it's my job to each state for the most part has different utility companies.
Okay.
And each utility company has different ways to do the program. I mean, all the programs are pretty similar to each other, but they all do it in different ways. Different paperwork needs to be submitted, different signatures, different. It's the same but different all at the same time. Right. And so it's my job to learn these different utility and different programs and how they run, and make sure that we are. The processes that we are doing are following along with the programs, rules and regulations, however you want to say it. And so it's challenging to the fact that we're growing. So not only have I, in the last year, learning a new business that I gotten into, right, but us as a company is expanding. So the whole company is new to a lot of this. Right. And a lot of these programs are brand new. So we're not only am I learning it, but the programs are learning themselves because it's all brand new. And so that's been one of the challenges that I've faced, but also one of my responsibilities within my role.
Yeah.
And with that, we've grown in employees. We've doubled the size and amount of employees we have with the company, and we're still growing. We're even trying to hire out of state now because we're doing so much work so far south or so far north. Yep. So that's part of the job too, is to not only facilitate and schedule my team members where they need to be to get the jobs done, but also as we expand, hiring from outside our region. So it's been pretty entertaining.
Oh, that's a big deal. Yeah. Now we've discussed this in the group, but one of the things, and I'd like your reaction to this, but one of the things that we've talked about is when I'm working with the CEOs, right? A lot of what we discuss is how do I spend less time in the business so I can spend more time on the business? Mm-hmm. And that's particularly important for the CEO because it's really all about growing. It's about scale. It's about what's next. Do I have the right people? Do I have the right financing? Do I have the right investors? Do I have the right customers? And in order for them to spend more time working on the business, they got to delegate. Well, guess who that delegation goes to? So, right. Here we are pushing the CEOs to be spending less time in the business, which means that falls to you and it falls to the other members of our key executive group. So there's more coming down to you from them. But at the same time, the CEOs are also asking for your partnership around strategic thinking. So, it's lonely at the top and they're setting a direction, they're setting a strategy. And you guys in that C-suite are really that in between where you need to understand the strategy, you need to participate in the strategy. And at the same time, the day job is executing on that strategy. So how have you found that's going and how's that balance for you, and what's that mean for you?
I mean, there's been good days, there's been bad days.
Yeah,
To be
yeah,
honest with you, there's been some stressful parts. Just again, learning a whole new industry from where I came from,
yeah,
but um, I know the vision. I know where we're going. You know, the expansion,
yeah,
and luckily I have a good group of people that work with me,
yeah,
that I can lean on. Few members of our team that have been with this company for many years, been doing this for many years. Very smart people, and I've been able to lean on them to make sure that we get to where we need to be as a team, regardless of what my title is or who I am in this company. I always lean on the people that work with me because it's going to take more than just myself to get to that goal. So, Harry has entrusted me and to lead this team and lead our group while he does the on the business and not in the business stuff. But it's not it's not just me doing it. So I appreciate everybody that is here with me. So it makes even the stressful days easier,
yeah.
as we grow and expand. So
It becomes you building your team.
right.
And yeah, absolutely. I get it. So one of the questions that always comes up, Mike, is oh gosh, the time. And it is. It's a day a month. I mean, it's a full day every month. So how did you get your head around that? And what are you committing to yourself in terms of being able to be there and blocking that time off? How did you work through that time issue?
Um, just prioritizing the things that get kind of pushed aside when I'm out, with our meetings. Try to delegate things while I'm out that can get handled. When I come back in the next day, just got to grind a little bit harder just to catch up on things. Unfortunately, in this role, you miss a day of work. It's a lot. It's a lot that gets backed up, but it's just prioritizing things and knowing what needs to get answered right away and what can kind of wait a day or two.
Yeah,
Even if it's pushed an extra couple hours during the day or whatever it may be, just got to find a way to get it all done. So
yeah. Making that commitment and sticking to it and
right,
delegating and all that
right.
good stuff. Well, no, I thank you. So, the last question I got is, and again, this is a new team. We've only been meeting since January, but even early on, as you've learned what it's about and starting to see the value of the kinds of conversations we have and the speakers we brought in, what advice would you have to someone who's considering joining a Vistage Key group?
I mean, we've talked about it, and I think everybody agrees so far in our group. It's just have an open mind coming into it. One of my things coming into it for me personally was I don't know any of these people. What are they going to have to do for me? Like, what is this going to be for me? Like, I'm so busy at work. I really need to take a day out of it's just a day out of a month, but still, what is this going to, who am I going to learn from? What do these people even know about my business? And I think just after 2 in-person meetings, we've all had the same opinion that it is very well worth it. Because everybody, like I said in the beginning of this conversation, um, you're all in the same, doing the same thing, but just in different places and
Yeah,
different companies,
yeah, yeah,
and everybody has the same problems for the most part. It's good to have those outside opinions or outside
yeah,
recommendations on how to kind of handle things.
yeah, yeah. Excellent. Well, it's been great having you. It's been great having the team. I think we're off to a great start. It's really launched well, and it'll be fun as we meet with and interview other people who can be part of the team as well. So, I just want to thank you for taking the time.
Yeah, no, thank you for having me. Appreciate it.